The Bert Show. Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's The Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
Pierce Brosnan is coming face to face with a different kind of Bond this year. But no one got that joke? Thank you. Because he's James Bond. And now he has criminal charges against him.
That's how it all starts, huh?
Welcome to 2024, baby.
Okay.
Jokes aren't hitting even in this year. He has criminal charges against him after trespassing at Yellowstone National Park. This is the lamest crime. So according to court documents, he's being accused of foot travel in all thermal areas and within Yellowstone Canyon confined trails and violating closures and use limits. So both of these are federal offenses, which sounded really scary to me. I'm like, oh my God, how long could he go to jail for?
Yeah, when I hear people do that, have you guys been to Yellowstone?
Yes.
So
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and the animals are running wild, but it's nature, man. So when I hear that people go off the trails and go on their own, even though there are signs all over the place, and they end up getting eaten by a bear, I'm like, oh, that's too bad.
Well, he's a former Bond guy. Like, he's just doing his Bond thing. But the last time something similar happened in terms of charges, two men ended up pleading guilty to it. And apparently they were trespassing on Old Faithful. And they were sentenced to 10 days in jail and have been banned from the park for 5 years. Which is so funny because if you do anything like this at like Disney, you're just banned for life. Yeah. Yellowstone's like, whatever, you can come back. Just give it 5 years.
This is a sidebar, and maybe Cassie, you'll remember this, but there is a part of Yellowstone or Montana or Wyoming where you could pretty much do whatever you want and you cannot get busted for it. You cannot go to jail. You cannot be convicted.
Yeah, I forget what it is. It's something with the word knife in it, yellow knife or something like that. But it's either that there's no clear jurisdictions.
Right.
I think that's what it is. And I also think it's like heavy wilderness as well. But it's if there is a crime committed, there's so much like entanglement and there's no jurisdiction. So nobody knows who should follow up on it. So it's easier to get away with.
I'm going to look it up because you can literally go out there, shoot a man in the back of the head, and they can't do anything about it.
Well, so it's like The Purge.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. And
Why do you want to look it up?
why would you go there?
Just saying. If you had the thought, it could be a woman also. Either one. You want to take them out there? That's the place to go.
Fun things we're learning in 2024.
This year, my resolution is to not murder anyone. So I got to tap out.
Mom, can you come get me? My coworkers are talking about murdering people. Okay, did y'all see Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen get hammered?
I tell you, this is my favorite New Year's Eve broadcast to watch. Y'all have made fun of me for years, but I'm like, not screw Dick Clark, because God rest his soul, but
That would be tough. That's another felony. That's a federal offense, I think, if you do that right now.
It is too.
Unless you're a yellow knife.
Unless you dig them up and bring them in.
but Dick Clark's rocking New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest, whatever. It's just like, bleh. But CNN's broadcast with Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper, especially when Anderson gets the giggles, it's the freaking best.
It happened this year. So they got so smashed. Andy brought a bottle of tequila every hour. On the hour, they took a shot. And they did this one live shot where they're talking to John Mayer for some reason.
He's best friends with Andy Cohen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, so John Mayer's in Tokyo at a cat cafe. It literally feels like a fever dream. There's two shots. There's Andy and Anderson drinking tequila, and then the other shot is John Mayer with all the kitties, and you can just tell John Mayer is just so over it.
Man, when he gets the fits, it's freaking fabulous.
Good stuff.
It's literally the best job. He got paid millions of dollars to just giggle like a teenage girl.
And John Mayer is the sober one because, as I understand it, I've never been this, but when you're the sober one around drunk people, they're just so obnoxious. It's like you can't take it. It's a fact.
It was the best, though. At one point, there was like a cat that was facing the opposite way of the camera. So it's just John Mayer and then a cat's butthole and then Anderson Cooper. I don't know who got the idea, but I'm so glad that they did it. Love my kitty representation. All right, it's one of her biggest songs of all time. So why won't she perform it? I'll tell you about Nicki Minaj's beef with her own track on your next E-Buzz on The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.